Hello and welcome to ImpactXR. Today we'll be interviewing Winston Churchill. I've been looking forward to this one for a long time. I hope you guys enjoy. Hello, Mr. Churchill. How are you today?
My dear students, I find myself quite well. Thank you. The sun shines brightly upon us this cold spring morning, a fitting juxtaposition to the darker clouds that loom over our great nation. I'm here, resolutely prepared to address our fellow countrymen and instill courage in the hearts of many. As I've oft said, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. And continue we shall regardless of the trials that may come our way. Now let us press on.
Well, I'm here because I want to learn a lot more about you. Can you tell me about your family, your history, where you come from?
Indeed, I am John Winston Churchill, born on the 30th of November, 1874, into an illustrious family with roots steeped in history. My father, Lord Randolph Churchill, was a prominent Conservative politician, while my mother, Jenny Jerome, hailed from America, being the daughter of a wealthy businessman. From a young age, I was surrounded by the aristocracy and privilege, but I also faced many challenges, seeming to stumble through my childhood, much like we all do. I was educated at Harrow and the Royal Military Academy, Sandhurst, after which I became an officer in the British Army, serving in India and Sudan. My life took many twists and turns, from war correspondent to politician, but I have always been driven by a fierce love for my country. Remember, if you're going through hell, keep going. It is a journey paved with both triumph and tribulation. Yet it has schooled me well. What more would you like to know?
So what pressed you to go into politics and not just hang around in the military?
My dear students, the path to public service is rarely a straight one, and mine was no exception. After serving as a soldier and witnessing the realities of war, I felt a compelling urge to shape the destiny of my nation. I entered politics, beginning as a member of Parliament in 1900. Over the years, I held various positions in government, from being First Lord of the Admiralty during World War I to serving as Chancellor of the Exchequer. I have navigated the treacherous waters of politics, often championing causes I believed in, whether it be military reform or social welfare. Remember, courage is rightly esteemed the first of human qualities because it is the quality that guarantees all others. It was my deep-seated conviction that propelled me into policy making, ever seeking to serve the greater good of the British people. Now do tell, what more intrigues you?
What was your toughest moments during your time as the Prime Minister?
The trials of leadership are many, but perhaps none were as daunting as the early days of World War II. When I first took office as Prime Minister in May 1940, the spectre of Nazi Germany loomed large, and we faced the very real threat of invasion, compounded by the plight of our brave soldiers trapped at Dunkirk. The situation seemed dire, with our allies faltering and the Luftwaffe above. In those moments, I rallied the spirit of the nation with my speeches, encouraging our citizens to stand firm and trust in their resilience. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the fields and in the streets, we shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. The resolve to keep the flame of hope alive was a formidable challenge, one that weighed heavily upon my shoulders. But it was through these crises that we discovered our enduring strength. What else piques your curiosity?
Right now, I'm real curious and kind of worried about the sirens that's going off. It sounds like I hear airplanes. What is that all about?
The sounds you hear are indeed reminders of the tumultuous times we find ourselves in. The air raid sirens signal potential threats from the Luftwaffe, the air force of our adversaries. It is in these moments of uncertainty that we must embody the spirit of keep calm and carry on. While the threat is real, it is essential for you to remain composed. Should the siren sound, you may seek shelter in the basement level to ensure your safety. I, however, shall remain steadfast at this table. Committed to my duties, for the work of preserving our great nation never ceases. Regardless of the rumblings above, in times of danger, it is courage and a stiff upper lip that will guide us through. Now, what else would you like to discuss?
Were you afraid during the World War II times? And who were your greatest allies in the war?
Fear, my dear students, is a natural human emotion. It is how we respond to it that defines us. During World War II, I certainly faced moments of concern for our nation's future and the safety of our people. However, I chose to face that fear with resolve, reminding myself that courage is the first of human qualities because it guarantees all others. As for our greatest allies during the conflict, we cannot overlook the indomitable spirit of the United States. With President Franklin D. Roosevelt standing shoulder to shoulder with us, the steadfast nations of the Commonwealth, especially Canada, Australia and New Zealand, also played a crucial role in our fight against tyranny. Together we formed a coalition, united against the tyranny of the Axis powers. In unity we found strength and hope. What further inquiries do you have, my young friends?
Did you get any assistance from the Soviet Union?
Indeed, the relationship with the Soviet Union during World War II was complex. Initially, there existed a non-aggression pact between Germany and the Soviet Union, but as the tide of war turned, Hitler's ambitions led him to invade the Soviet Union in June 1941. This prompted a significant shift. Once the Soviet Union was drawn into the conflict, they became an essential ally in our fight against the Axis powers. Under the leadership of Joseph Stalin, the Red Army took heavy tolls on German forces, particularly during the grueling battles at Stalingrad and Leningrad. As I have said, there is no time for ease and comfort. It is time to dare and endure. We recognize that, despite our ideological differences, we must unite against a common enemy. Now, what else would you like to explore?
Tell me something. How was the support from other politicians during the World War II period, even from those across the aisle?
The realm of politics can often be fraught with rivalry and contention. Yet during the dark days of World War II, I found that many of my fellow politicians understood the gravity of the situation and set aside partisan differences for the greater good of our nation. Even members of the opposition, particularly those from the Labour Party, rose to the occasion, joining my government in what was known as a coalition government. Figures like Clement Attlee, who would later succeed me as Prime Minister, worked alongside me, prioritizing our shared goal of defeating fascism. As I once remarked, we must beware of needless innovations, especially when guided by logic. In times of war, it is imperative we act decisively and cohesively to ensure our survival. The unity of purpose demonstrated during these years was a testament to the resilience and spirit of the British people and their leaders alike. What further questions stir your thoughts?
Was it important to you to have the support of the King and Queen during this time?
Absolutely. The support of His Majesty King George VI and Queen Elizabeth was of paramount importance during those tumultuous times. The monarchy serves as a symbol of continuity, strength and resilience, providing comfort and stability to the nation amid the chaos of war. The King, through his courage and steadfastness, became a rallying figure for the British people. His commitment to sharing in the hardships of the populace, such as visiting bombed areas, endeared him to the public and bolstered morale. As I have said, there is no greater gift than that of giving one's time. By standing beside the monarchy, we projected unity and resolve, proving to the world that Britain would not bow to tyranny. Would you like to delve deeper into any particular aspect of this?
Tell me something. How did your experience in the military influence your leadership during the war?
My experiences in the military profoundly shaped my leadership during World War II. My time as an officer in the British Army, and later as a war correspondent, endowed me with a keen understanding of strategy, tactics, and the inexorable realities of warfare. These experiences also instilled within me a deep respect for the bravery and sacrifices of our armed forces. I was well aware of the costs of conflict, both in lives and in national morale. It is often said that there is nothing so exhilarating as to be shot at without result. And it was through such encounters that I learned the importance of maintaining resolve in adversity. This military background allowed me to communicate effectively with military commanders and to make informed decisions, balancing both strategy and the human element in the conflict. Ultimately, my experiences informed my conviction that we must fight valiantly for our freedom and honor. Now, what else sparks your curiosity?
What do you consider to be your greatest achievement as Prime Minister?
Reflecting upon my tenure, I would assert that my greatest achievement as Prime Minister lies in rallying a nation on the brink of despair, uniting our people in the fervent defense of liberty against tyranny. It is said that success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that can. In those darkest hours of World War II, I sought to inspire hope, resilience and courage through my speeches and actions. The notion that Britain would stand firm against the might of the Axis powers, refusing to yield, became a rallying cry that galvanized not just our armed forces, but the entire population. Additionally, forging strong alliances with our fellow nations, particularly with the United States and the Commonwealth, was crucial. Together we formed an indomitable coalition that ultimately led to victory. It is this melding of courage, hope and unity that I regard as my most significant contribution. Is there another matter you wish to explore?
Yeah, what kept you motivated during Britain's darkest times? I hate to keep going back to this, but I just think it's amazing for you to stand strong during this horrible time.
It is indeed a privilege to reflect on those trying times. My motivation during Britain's darkest hours stemmed from a profound love for my country and a steadfast belief in the indomitable spirit of the British people. I was acutely aware that the morale of the nation could not falter, lest we succumb to despair. As I once proclaimed, if you are going through hell, keep going. The very essence of our nation, our traditions of freedom, democracy and resilience, charged me with the responsibility to lead. I drew strength from the knowledge that I was not alone. Behind me stood a remarkable populace, filled with courage and determination. The sacrifices of our brave soldiers, civilians standing resilient amidst bombings, and the unwavering spirit of our allies all served as wellsprings of inspiration. In those tumultuous moments, it was my hope that shone brightest, reminding all that victory would come if we held firm together. I relished the responsibility to inspire hope and resolve, believing that we shall never surrender. Now, what else would you like to inquire about? Dear scholars.
What advice do you have for future leaders?
Future leaders hold the keys to shaping the world, and I have a few humble words of advice to impart. First and foremost, never underestimate the power of resolve and courage. As I often say, success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Embrace challenges, for they will forge your character and test your mettle. Secondly, cultivate a sense of unity and purpose among those you lead. Leadership is not merely about authority. It is about fostering trust and cooperation. Inspire your team. Instill and hope that together you can overcome any obstacle. Remember, it is not enough to have lived. We should be determined to live for something. Lastly, maintain a clear vision of your goals while remaining adaptable to change. The world is a fluid tapestry of challenges and opportunities. A leader must be both resilient and flexible. In conclusion, lead with integrity, empower others, and remember that it is often in adversity that true leadership emerges. Now, what further inquiries might you have?
Do you think history will remember you? And if so, what would you want them to remember you as?
Legacy is indeed a curious matter, and I ponder it with some reflection. History possesses a way of distilling the essence of one's actions and decisions, and I do hope that I am remembered as a steadfast leader who guided our nation through the tempestuous trials of World War II. I have always sought to embody the values of courage, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to freedom. I would wish to be recalled as a Prime Minister who inspired hope in the darkest of times, a man who rallied a nation and forged strong alliances to combat tyranny. As I once stated, history will be kind to me, for I intend to write it. I hope my contribution to Britain's fight for liberty are enshrined in the hearts and minds of future generations. Ultimately, I aspire to be remembered not just for my triumphs, but as a leader who valued the spirit of the British people and understood the weight of their sacrifices. Is there something else you seek to understand? My young friends.
Yes, I do have another question. Could you give a word of encouragement to the British people of today?
Certainly. To the British people of today, I say remember that courage and resilience are the bedrock of your character. In times of uncertainty, hold fast to your values and come together as a united front. Just as I once rallied our nation with the belief that we shall never surrender, I urge you to face your challenges with the same determination. The trials you face may appear daunting, but it is in adversity that the true spirit of the British people shines brightest. Together you possess the strength to overcome even the most formidable obstacles. Have faith in your abilities, trust in one another, and know that brighter days will come. It was said the pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. Let hope be your guiding light, and may you forge ahead with unyielding resolve. What more might you desire to discuss? My dear young scholars.
Well, Mr. Churchill, I think that's it for now. I do appreciate you being with me during this interview, and I look forward to us speaking again in the future. You take care of yourself.
My dear students, it has been a delight to engage with you and share a glimpse into my thoughts and experiences. I cherish these conversations and your enthusiasm for the lessons of history. As you embark on your own journeys, remember to embrace challenges with courage and carry the torch of hope bright. Thank you for your kind words. Indeed, I look forward to our paths crossing again in the future. Until then, carry forth with determination and fortitude. As I often said to each, there comes in their lifetime a special moment when they are figuratively tapped on the shoulder and offered the chance to do a very special thing, unique to them and fitted to their talent. May you find those moments and rise to the occasion. Take care and Godspeed.